going to put my spotlight for everyone. That. And let's see how it's going. No. All right. I think we're all set with that. Give me a minute. Yes. Okay, so a very warm welcome to everybody, even those I've missed out. So a warm welcome to all of you today. Today is again a session on journaling, but I think that this is going to be such a powerful session, especially because of the topic that has been chosen for today. The topic for today being healing. Healing. So all this while, we've been doing healing meditations and all of that stuff. And today we are going to work on ourselves, our own beliefs, etc., and look at physical body healing. So I think that there's going to be a couple of these as well, where there's going to be different kinds of healings to the physical body is today. Since Mani has specially said this is for the physical body, I'm assuming that he'll also give me a couple more of what all these healings will entail. But for today, the way this story came about is this. So, I was just traveling all of these days, and one day this thought suddenly came to me. There is this couple of people who have experienced extraordinary healings just with my touch. I'm around and I've just touched them. And with that touch, they said, okay, my eye is hurting. And no, they actually didn't even say that. They just said, can you just put your hand on my eye? And I just did. So I put my hand on their eye, and they had a perennial eye problem. But when I put my hand on their eye, that problem simply vanished. That same person, her arm had not been, in place for the last 20 years. And then suddenly when, I happened to touch her hand, actually I shoved her hand, but even as I did so, and then after about 4 months, she said, oh, I forgot to tell you, but you know what? My arm is suddenly working. So I was suddenly taken to this whole thing saying, how come a few people experience these kind of healings? She's not the only one. I've had many people when I'm around, they experience this healing with my touch. And I said, how come these people experience the healings, but not everyone? Not everyone has the same kind of healing for the same kind of touch. The touch is the same, but why is the healing not the same? And the answer that Mani gave me is this. Well, my healing energies hold very, very high range of healing. Yeah. But what somebody will receive has to do with which of the range, which part of the range they are able to access, which part of the range they are able to access. I have this whole range of healing, and which range are you hitting depends on you. What in you will decide what range you are hitting? And the answer I received was faith. Faith. So, as much as you have faith in me, you are going to hit that part of the healing frequency. Me. Who is me? Me is not this person, but me is the frequency. As much faith as you have in Mani, you are going to hit that frequency in me. So the frequency that you are able to access, the miracles that you are able to witness are actually to do not just with me, but with you as well. And so when you have the faith, or when you have that supreme faith, is it actually just in me? No, I'm simply your mirror. So that is the faith that you also have in yourself. And so if you don't have faith in the frequency of abundance, that is the frequency that I distribute, if you don't have faith in me, the frequency of abundance, then that is the range of the frequency of abundance that you will be able to extract. So as your faith gets deeper, you get to experience these miracles. And then my touch is not even needed. It can happen without my touch because you are able to access that frequency of abundance through your faith. So this was the answer I got about these amazing, miraculous healings that happen to people. I'm remembering something else to somebody had hurt their finger, their hand. And again, when they said, oh, I hurt my hand, my finger, I wasn't thinking, but my hand went to their finger and I held their finger. And in about a second and a half, they said, oh, wow, it looked like it was a fracture, but it's not even hurting anymore. So it doesn't take time because, well, frequency, remember, we are energy. So healing is a frequency that is part of the Meenal frequency. It's part of the answer frequency. And frequencies in shifting do not take time. When we are sitting in the body experiences, a doctor will say something will take 6 months to heal. And I keep reminding you through all of these stories, frequencies, the shifts in frequencies can happen in minutes. So what is it that you need to work on? Well, the work is always within. But the answer over here, the magic happens in faith frequency. And so for you to work the frequency of faith, what is needed? Well, we will have to work through the doubts and to let go of the doubts. The doubts are for the self. The faith is for the self. The frequency of abundance. Okay. So from that space starts the healing background as to why this webinar is even happening. What do you have to look into? So now, as we do with the journaling part, I'm going to start with what was that? Share screen, right? By now, I've totally forgotten everything. Yes, here we go. Okay. There we go. And we begin. Can everybody see the screen? Can
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Wonderful.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Wonderful. And then, of course, everybody can hear me as well, is what I'm thinking. So wonderful. So here we are on the guidance for healing, for the journaling, for the healing. So again, physical ailments and disease. What are we going to do? Take an energy look at them. The energy, as we understand it, and its manifestation as physical ailment. So, what have we understood about energy field so far? What we have understood, and this is the thing that I keep harping on again and again, is everything that we are experiencing, each and every moment of our life is created by our energy field. If every moment is created by our energy field, then of course, even the disease that we have, where would that be created from? From our energy field. And even otherwise, we've heard so many people say, oh, don't take on so much stress. Stress creates acidity. Stress creates this and that. So, what is stress? Stress is all of your energy of anger, disappointment, fear that you are holding within. And that fear, that anxiety is what creates some of those physical appearances of ailments for us. So, as we begin to understand that, yes, we have been working on moving our frequency to the Meenal frequency through the journaling, through the meditation, and all of that. But to understand that if an ailment is being created, then it is also happening It is all happening from the energy that we hold. So, how to figure out? Well, we are going to give it a try. The whole point, again and again, of everything that I say, if somebody can heal completely in a few minutes, what has happened over there? What they have done is, let us say that there is a person and their frequency, and with choice or without choice, they have tuned into another frequency. This frequency, this energy field had the ailment. But when you move over to another frequency, when you move over to the Meenal frequency, then in that space, there is not that particular ailment. And so, when you move between frequencies, sometimes that ailment completely will disappear. And many of you have witnessed that you come to me and you're working on something, you're emptying yourself, and suddenly an ailment which is 20 years old suddenly vanishes. What has happened in that moment? That particular layer which held that frequency, which held that physical aspect of the disease, that frequency got worked on, it got dissolved. And so, when in your energy field there is such a major change, then that ailment, that disease can disappear. That's the way I have understood through money, the way that the energy field and the sudden disappearances of diseases works. So now, if you have an energy field that holds, or some particular frequency, some particular emotion that holds that disease, we are going to work towards releasing that channel, more and more coming into the Meenal channel. Why? Because that particular channel, wherever that disease resides, if it is released substantially, that quick healing should happen. It should happen. Well, over here, with the expectation that it should happen, but again, it depends on not on what we say, but where we are sitting on the faith frequency. So we will move forward with that to understand that as easy as changing a channel, if this particular frequency has this disease, there might be that the other frequency, that bundle, that frequency of Meenal does not have that disease. So when can we move into that space? You will decide, but how much are you living in that space decides whether this is here or not here. So many times, as we move from one place to another, the disease vanishes. And then, after a few weeks, after a few months, it comes back. Not to understand from the body perspective that, oh, there's a remission, that thing happened again, but to understand this time from the energy perspective. You moved back into that old energy field that created the first physical ailment in the first place. So you move back into the energy field, this will happen. You move to another energy field, where this disease does not exist. So we are going to work as we do with the frequency of masti, the frequency of abundance, because that place is where pure frequency of abundance is, where there is abundance of joy, abundance of masti, and not all of these painful things. Okay. So now moving forward from the understanding of energy field, that's why I keep telling you, potty is every day. Potty is every day. The day you don't do that, you move back to your old self. As you move back to your old self, then those old ailments might appear. Moving further, the root cause of every ailment is our beliefs and our emotions. So far, we talked about the frequency. The frequency which I referred to is the emotions. But then when we look at it, there are so many underlying beliefs that we hold that are not serving us. And so together, a combination of those two is probably where the disease is showing up. So now how to look at the disease, how to look at this transformation process. Firstly, we will look at some of the beliefs. What are the beliefs that we have about a disease? So all of us, to begin with, think of an ailment that you wish to heal from. It could be anything. It could be a big ailment, a small ailment, a small little tiny thing that's been bothering you, something that's just happened, something that's been with you for 30 years. Just think of something that you wish to heal from. Now let's look at some beliefs about your body. So I've written down a few just to start you off, but this is just a starting point. What will happen when you do this particular exercise tomorrow? And even during the day, whenever you think about your disease or you think about your body, if a thought hits you, you will be able to see, because of the awareness about these beliefs, you will be able to catch a few more beliefs as to where you might be holding on, hanging on to this disease. Because actually, even if you look at it, there are scientific, proofs that the entire body is constantly reconstructing itself. Our cells are new. I think it takes, I don't know the time frame, but I think it's about 6 months or something that our cells are constantly renewing themselves. So why is it that we can hold on to a disease that has happened to us 15 years ago if the cells are constantly renewing themselves? Because in our mind, not just our mind, most of these beliefs we are not even aware of, because they hide in our energy field, in our subconscious. And so we act from that pattern, and we are not able to catch those patterns, those beliefs. So today we are going to take a look at some of these. Now, trying to stay in shape or trying to be able to do things that I could do earlier, as I age, it's becoming a struggle. A struggle. Do you think that you're aging, you're staying in shape, you're being able to do things? Do you think it's a struggle? If so, this word struggle itself denotes a non-serving belief. So make a note of that. Make a note that, yes, I think that as I grow old, this is going to be difficult. I used to be able to do 15 yoga poses, but now I can only do 2 of them. It's a struggle. Earlier, I could eat anything and get by, but now as I'm becoming older, it's a struggle to stay in shape. If the word struggle appears in your thought process, then it's an unserving belief. The belief that we normally go with is ease and grace. So, as I age, this is another belief, I'm going to lose my beauty or my health or my agility as I age. If you have this program in you, and the most beautiful part is this would be 100% of us. This would be 100% of us, because we have come on earth to experience fear. And this particular program sits in our belief system that I'm going to lose these things. I'm going to have a tough time. And when I think of a tough time in the future, what am I creating in the now? Fear. So we have this program that I'm going to lose this. And then, of course, we see ourselves going through that. Some of us might think that if I'm not doing anything, if I'm not being productive, being lazy is a bad thing. So when we are young and then we want to experience this judgment, then we will have parents who will tell us, stop being lazy, don't do this, do not be lazy. It's a bad thing to be lazy. You have to be productive. You have to be useful for the society. So, this kind of a self image, if you are holding this belief that not doing anything, not being productive, then I am not useful, I am worthless, I do not have value, and you derive that your body needs to be constantly engaged in something useful, then that particular belief is also a non-serving belief, because then this belief will keep you jumping around from one thing to the other, and you will not be able to enjoy rest, because being lazy is considered as not being good by you. Being restful is a bad thing in your psyche. So if you are the one who can't sit and do nothing for a day or two, then you hold this program. Now, what should I do? Now, what should I do? Then you are valuing yourself. Your self image is in your doing, and you're valuing yourself from there, from the work that you do. That is a non serving program, because you are not able to enjoy vacation. You're not able to enjoy the rest, the true rest that your body needs. And when rest doesn't happen to the body, what will the body do? It'll start to show up as some disease or the other. Again, about pain. That pain, if pain is the only time that you are able to rest, because pain, when pain is happening to you, then you can't do anything. You're forced to rest. And then forced to rest is a bad thing, because forcing to be lazy, forcing to be non-productive, and that might be where you are headed to, that you have judgments about resting. And the only time that you can actually allow yourself to rest is when there's too much pain in your body and it's not letting you work. And that might be that you feel guilty if you are resting and not doing anything. And if that's the guilt, then it's going to produce pain, because the body does need rest. So, can you see that this program too is non serving? Some of us like the attention. When we have some pain, when we get some disease, everybody calls us, are you doing okay? Are you all right? And then we like receiving that attention. And so, are you holding this that, oh, when I'm sick, everybody calls me, I receive so much love. And this wanting of love from the outside might be the one that is keeping you hanging on to the disease. That I receive love only when I have the disease. If I have the disease, then I get love from people. And that might be that you are looking at the attention that you get and confusing it for love. People are simply asking, but where will the love actually come from? You know that already. It'll come from within. And the last one, do you have any beliefs and emotions, or rather beliefs right now? Sorry. Do you have any beliefs about the curability and the non-curability of a disease? The more we are sitting in fear of the disease, the more number of doctors will actually tell us that it's not curable. Whatever the doctor says is simply a mirror of what you hold in your energy field. And so let us say you have a disease that is supposedly uncurable. Then, right now, to be able to look at it and to say, this disease is simply a part of my energy. And if I can change the energy, then that disease might be curable. So, not getting stuck on, this is never going to be cured, I'm going to die with this disease. Because now, as we understand energy, everything is simply a frequency. And so, the frequency, if we can catch the frequency, and that's where the entire attempt is in all of these beliefs, we are trying to catch the frequencies We are trying to catch the beliefs that we hold that are not serving us with respect to the disease. If you've got any of these as being your program, but as I said, these are not, all inclusive. These are just some pointers to you where we are so steadfast in our thinking. We have this conditioning, we've created this conditioning for ourselves, we hold it for ourselves. And so, as you move around in your day, and sometimes you're taking your medicine and the body is not reacting to it, we have so many programs about the medicine. So now you begin to look at the belief systems that you have about a medicine and the body, about health and the body, about age and the body. And anytime these thoughts come and you are doing your potty every day, especially this particular one, if you are suffering from a disease, then please do this every day. Every single day, do this particular journaling. So if you have recognized some unserving beliefs, now we begin with the breaking down of those beliefs. Pick up one, whichever one. For today, we'll pick up one and frame it in a sentence. Starting, I recognize my non-serving belief that this is just a belief. This is my belief. It is my belief, but it is just a belief. And if I can believe this, I can believe something else too. I am the vessel holding these beliefs. I am the creator of these beliefs. The disease is simply an experience created from a belief in my old energy. I know that I have choices of frequencies, and now I choose Meenal frequency. I am so ready to let go of my old frequencies, and I'm so excited to fully embrace the healing that is already available to me in Meenal's frequency. I know I have the power to heal myself. I know that I am Meenal. I know that I am Meenal. Okay. So at this point, when we are looking at all our frequencies through which we are going to change our belief system, no matter what it is, no matter what the disease is, we are no longer looking at how it manifested. We are simply looking at the energy from where this experience has manifested for us. These lines, the ones that I just read out, you are going to speak to yourself slowly, slowly feeling it. When you do this assignment on your own for whatever ailment you're looking at, you are going to repeat these lines with feeling. When you say, I'm so excited, feel the excitement. It's not knowledge. Excitement is not knowledge. Yes, I'm so excited. Meenal says, I'm so excited. No, that's not the way. Pause. Experience the excitement, because what you are finding through this is all the answers for your diseases. If you know that your energy field creates everything and now you're changing, can you even imagine that as you change your energy field, your tomorrow, your next day is only going to look so much better? It is going to look so much more amazing. It's going to be so much more powerful, this place of abundance, because you are now going to be sitting and operating from Meenal frequency. Isn't it so exciting that you already have access to the frequency? What this is building, you've been doing this Meenal frequency meditation and watching so many miracles already. Each of you who are here have witnessed the miracles. It's already happened. What this is doing is making you sit more and more in the space that I am the holder of Meenal frequency. Not just Meenal, I am the holder. This frequency belongs to me. This frequency, this amazing frequency with all the answers, with all the, with all the solutions already belongs to me. I'm choosing so far to not play in it 100% of the time, but now I'm going to play in it as much as my awareness allows. And so, all of you already also know that I tell you, please keep an alarm for 2 hours. Please keep an alarm for 2 hours, and you don't. You don't. And then what is it that you do? You, of course, you come into the Meenal frequency, you sit with the meditation, but you are not using the full power of that frequency. And now through this process, through the journaling, through your increased awareness with the journaling, you're going to be using more and more of this frequency. How amazing is that? Because if this frequency holds the answers, why aren't you sitting in the answers all the time? Well, if you wish to get something in your body shifted, then all that you have to do is shift your frequency. And so now, shifting your emotions, shifting your frequencies through this process. And this time, Mani made me go with another. Let me go back to the presentation. Yeah. And this time, Mani made me give out another chart. You're all about charts now. So here's the chart for emotions this time. Can you see the change that we have made? The red color belongs to the most amazing happy frequencies. Many people get stuck on positive and negative. And so in the Expect Miracles program, because the color code over there given to negative frequencies, because the color code is red, and then people start to think of red as a bad color. And so this time, very categorically, Mani has given red color to the most amazing, amazing frequencies. Okay. So now I want you to write down these words, the ones that appear in the red column in your register. These most amazing frequencies must be grateful, joyful. I'm feeling amazed. I'm feeling so proud. Powerful, excited, awed, the wonderment frequency. Optimistic, optimistic. As you sit in the Meenal frequency and look at your disease, what are you going to feel now? As the frequency is going to shift, you're going to feel optimistic. And whatever it is that you are sitting in, the universe brings more of the same, more of the same. So can you see now, just exploring some of the other frequencies, and we will do an entire assignment with them. But right now on your journal, I want you to write down all of these frequencies that are there in the red column. Contented, satisfied, trusting, confident, and of course, surrendered. The absence of all of these emotions, the absence in a moment for all of these emotions is the place of equanimity. And so equanimity is where we where we put our goal as, that we sit blankly. And that's where we put the goal as. But just looking at some of the frequencies that are the happy frequencies. As always, we do remember that even when we are sitting in angry frequency or we are feeling fear, it's just a frequency. It's just a frequency. It's not that we can't play in any of them, but when we are aware, as I always remind you, when we are aware, we have a choice. And so, in Meenal frequency, when you shift, what is it that you are tuning into? Into the Masti frequency by choice. By choice. I'm going to move this right now to the next screen. And then hopefully, I don't know how I'm going to come back. I've got a PowerPoint running. But coming back to the second part of looking at emotions, of the healing. Now let's begin to write. When you first heard about this disease, what were your emotions? So whatever disease that you are looking at, when you first heard about it, when you first experienced it, and then you heard about it, whatever emotions you had, confused, doubtful, fearful, worry, anxiety, sadness, whatever you experienced, all the emotions that you experienced, simply in this moment, go back to the time. Go back to the time when you first heard about it. And whatever emotions come to mind, put all of them down. Put them all down. Even if it's a tiny little back pain, which comes up sometimes, but when it happened first, and you had to think about what should I do about it? When this is going to go, what are the emotions that you first felt when thinking about the disease, when hearing about the disease? And when you think of your future, if it's a disease that you have a program, a belief all this while that it is uncurable, or even if it is curable, but then so far it's with you, it hasn't gone away. When you think of the future with this disease, now what are your emotions? What are your emotions? When you think of a future and if it might get worse, it might get better, what are the emotions that you experience normally when you think about the future with this disease? Now, in this moment, as you are listening to me, as you think about the disease in this moment, now what are your emotions? In everyday life, not to do with the disease, but in everyday life, what emotions do you generally suppress? Look at it. Are you fearful of expressing your anger? Are you fearful of expressing your loneliness? When you're feeling alone, are you fearful of expressing some particular emotion? Then look deeply into the emotions. What emotions do you suppress? Because guess what? The suppressed emotions express themselves as a body disease. And so, who knows where the key lies? But as we look at all of these answers, we get ready for some miracles. Look deeply into the emotions. They're bound to be mixed emotions. For example, right now, as you're in Meenal frequency, you might be feeling good, but then you are also unsure, you're doubtful, you don't have clarity, there's confusion as to when, how you will get better. So at this point, all the sentences that you've written about the emotions, read and now begin to replace wherever necessary, wherever you think that you have emotions in all of those other colors. Now we replace. If you put down fear, we replace fear with faith. Wherever you feel resistance, for example, even this idea, how will it get better? No, it doesn't get better. It doesn't get better. The whole world knows that this is an uncurable disease, so it doesn't get better. Wherever you feel these conflicting thoughts, wherever you feel this resistance, put in the idea of why not? Why not? Because as we understand energy, when you are a particular energy field, a particular ailment, but now you are not looking at being that energy field anymore. I am Meenal. I've shortened this, but it is I am, but that actually it stands for I am Meenal. So why not? Let us say that you're looking at a backache that's been there with you for 20 years, and you say, no, it's been there for 20 years. I haven't been able to figure it out why. The doctors have given up. It cannot be cured. And right now, wherever you feel this opposing thought about this disease, which you've created a program, and it might be an unserving program over there, ask yourself, and this is something that you will do every time an emotion or a belief comes up. Put in the idea of why not? Because that was my frequency then, that was my old energy. Now, in this moment, I am Meenal. The universe planned this scenario for me to help me recognize my power as a creator. I am Meenal. The universe is playing in my favor. I am Meenal. When you say I am Meenal, can you see this particular picture of Meenal that is posted here? How does Meenal sit over here? Is she sitting worrying? Are the shoulders drooped? No. Such an amazing smile on her face and so much of bliss that is pouring out. So when you are Meenal, you are this person. You are these emotions. That bliss belongs to you. The universe is playing in your favor. The universe brought you here to be Meenal, to be in this frequency of abundance. That's why you had to go through this routing to recognize your power as creator. And so, even right now, as you sit writing, experience, experience Meenal frequency right now. When this frequency was with you, what would you feel? How would it feel when you are Meenal frequency? That's the picture of Meenal that's showing you how you would feel. Take that in. As you say these lines, as you replace fear with faith, that smile belongs to faith. So let's see you have that smile. I am Meenal. I take energy from Meenal. The universe is playing in my favor. I am Meenal. With a huge smile on your face, with that surrender that is playing for you, the universe playing on your side, money holding your hand, money putting his hand on your head, what would you be doing? You would be smiling. You would be smiling. You would be feeling that bliss. So, in this moment right now, experience that bliss. Even as you read this line, I am Meenal, the universe planned this scenario for me to help me recognize my power. The power that I have makes me sit so powerfully, so beautifully, so in myself, so much in this creation of joyfulness. Replace your judgments, whatever you have about your body, with acceptance of the self. This is my body. It is my body as it is in my old energy. And right now, I am Meenal. I am awesome. I am fucking awesome. I am Meenal. I am so amazing. I am Meenal. I love life. I am so thrilled to be receiving this powerful frequency of joyfulness, of Meenal from the universe. I am Meenal. I am Meenal. I am Meenal. There is no Meenal on the outside. This is all about me. This power, this bliss belongs to me. And feeling that power, feel that joy in you right now. In you right now. And it says over there, this last line that has come up, it's actually a last line, but it just showed up right now. In this moment, I feel like a winner. I feel awesome because I am Meenal. Because I am Meenal. I am that frequency of abundance. I am here to enjoy my life. I'm here to enjoy my power of creation. I am Meenal. Replacement is all about this moment when you become aware that you're holding on to something that you can let go of in this moment. So, what are you holding on to? Well, if you put down any of those emotions, cross them out in this moment. Cross them out in this moment with these lines. I am awesome. I am Meenal. The universe is playing in my favor because I am Meenal. I am Meenal. You might get to hold some of those other emotions again tomorrow, and that is okay. You can release it tomorrow again. But each time as you replace, feel the emotion of being me, being Meenal, being me. How would that emotion feel? Feel it in your heart, feel it in your body right now. Right now, I want you to spend a couple of minutes just looking at this picture of Meenal and knowing that this is you. The smile belongs to you. The stature, these shoulders just so up there with so much of power, of love. You can see it in the picture and understand that you are this frequency. It is you. This picture is you. Put all your attention onto the picture. Focus on it. I am Meenal. Feel the energy all of those positive emotions that you wrote, each one of them, take a look at that emotion. And now feel the emotion with the line, I am Meenal. Bliss. I am feeling so blissful. Don't just say it, feel it. I am feeling so powerful. Experience the power. Powerful people don't sit with shoulders stooping, they sit with so much power just oozing out of their body. Feel that power. Feel that smile as you say, I am so joyful. I am Meenal. Experience it in this moment. Go through that entire list. As you feel surrendered, I am surrendered. And what will that give to you? What will you immediately be able to see? You'll be able to see money. You'll be able to see him smiling at you. And the smile that you hold will become a little bit bigger. Feel his head, feel his hand on your head. As you feel his hand on your head, what will you feel? So relaxed. You are taken care of. He is looking at you. He is helping you with everything. He's helping you in this journey. He's helping you become the frequency of Meenal. And so, how beautiful is that? And what will you feel? So relaxed, so beautiful, so amazing, so awesome. I am awesome. With every breath, I take energy from Meenal. I am Meenal. There is no other Meenal. I am Meenal. All right. Wonderful. So, as we do this assignment each time, we are going to be able to experience the beauty, the joy of being in the frequency of abundance, that bliss that accompanies. And you know what? This is a completely different frequency from the one where you sat or the one that you had with you. You had that frequency with you over lifetimes. But this frequency, the one that you are growing right now, it belonged to you, but you didn't put it into action. And so this day, today, only to put into action this amazing, amazing frequency of Meenal. Live in this frequency. You have the choice. Live in this frequency. And as you do this, now we'll just do a tiny little meditation rather, or a visualization. So most of you already, when you were part of Expect Miracles, most of you have done the day when go to the day that you are dying. All of you have done that assignment. Go to the day and visualize and see what all energy you hold when you are dying. So we are going to do another variation of that meditation. But take a deep breath in. Take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, only one thought. I am Meenal. I am Meenal. I am Meenal. If you wish, tap your forehead if it makes you experience the energy better. Tap your forehead. I am Meenal. I am Meenal. Only this thought. Establishing yourself in this beautiful energy of abundance, in this energy that holds all the answers, in this energy that holds so much of masti. I am Meenal. And now, imagine yourself on your 80th birthday. Imagine yourself on your 80th birthday. From now until your 80th birthday. And if you're already 80 and listening to me, imagine yourself on your 150th birthday. Imagine yourself, and you are in the frequency of Meenal. What does Meenal do? Masti. What does Meenal do? Have parties. You are Meenal. So what would you be doing? The party. So now imagine yourself planning for the party that you are going to have as Meenal on your 80th birthday. The party has to have music. The party has to have singing, dancing, all of the masti that happens. And so imagine preparing for the party. So much excitement, so much fun. See yourself. You're running around here and there, organizing things, waiting for your guests, preparing the guest lists, having so much fun, so much masti in just preparing for the party. And guess what? Meenal is coming too. And so, Meenal and you, this is going to be such a special day. And thinking of that already brings a smile on your face. And you are already looking forward to that day. So much excitement on your 80th birthday party. Look at yourself. You're dancing. You're dancing in joy. Everyone is coming and giving you a hug. So much of love is flowing all around. Look at all of these people from the MPFY family. They're all there, hugging you and dancing with you and making you enjoy this beautiful moment that belongs to your life. What an amazing, amazing day it is to be in that space, to be in this frequency of masti, to be dancing, enjoying, no worry in the world. What an amazing life it has been. And you are celebrating that life. So much excitement for every day. So much gratitude for each day that has gone by. So much fun this life has been. And you sitting in so much of gratitude, loving every moment of your life. Dance. See yourself dance. And as you are dancing, feel the joy. Feel the joy that you would be experiencing in this moment itself. Because every frequency is in the now. That joy that you are going to experience, build on it right now. What would that moment look like? How much joy would you hold? How much would you be smiling at 80th birthday party? Bring that frequency in right now. because this is the moment of the now, where you can experience that right here, right now. An amazing day. How would that feel like? So much fun, filled with joy, masti, dancing and singing and hugging and receiving love and giving love. That's what it looks like in this moment. Sit in this space of joy. I am Meenal. I am Meenal. And this is what life is going to be. This is what life is going to be every moment, a celebration. Sit in this space of complete joy and masti for as long as you wish and as many times as you wish. This is the space of healing. When you sit in joy, more joy is what is created from the outside. We know that. We all know that. And so, would you rather be sitting in this space of joyfulness, powerfulness, trusting the universe, trusting money, feeling so surrendered, so contented, so satisfied with life? Would this be the place that you would want to sit in? Or would it be another place? You decide what you wish to do for yourself from now until your 80th and on your 80th. Om Mani, Om Mani, Om Mani. As you do these meditations, do remind yourself it's the frequency. And so it's not about speaking the words, it is about experiencing that frequency. And in this frequency, how much masti are you going to be in? That is now your journey from now until whenever. Be in the frequency of Meenal. It's yours, yours, yours. You are Meenal. All right, everybody. Lots and lots of love. This is such a powerful, amazing, 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 uh, you know, amazing meditation, an amazing assignment of journaling through what your energy feels. It's crazy, but expect no time. Expect no time. No time. Healing is a frequency thing. So if anybody says to me, this is going to take time, I want thappad. Remember, it's an energy thing. All right, everybody. Lots and lots of love to all of you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mom.